Yeah, yeah. She was quite beautiful. And after that, I got Miss Dunford
Oh,
in
yeah.
Oh,
grade
I remember her.
grade 6, and she was a battle axe.
Battle axe,
I,
that's what we called Miss McDonald. Mrs.
yeah.
McDonald.
Oh, Mrs. McDonald, but yet
Oh,
she could teach. She made us learn French
oh,
anyway.
wow, did she ever? She's,
All our class had, even the boys had over 90% in French
she
that
wouldn't
year
take
in the
anything
government
Jack Kent never
exams.
did.
Huh?
Jack Kent never did.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, just made it.
He used to always read comic books.
Oh, I know. Those boys were terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But when they had that other teacher there who was a real French teacher, she speaks French, they drove her out with a nervous breakdown. And so they brought Mrs. McDonald in about October, I think it was.
oh, she
And
was.
she was given the role of you do something with this class or what. But they used to throw football or
Yeah, I
paper
know.
airplanes around the
Oh.
room when the
It-
teacher was trying to teach.
It
And
was,
we were sitting in the middle and ducking down like
yeah.
this, trying to
I
avoid the ball.
I remember that so clearly too. And then Mr. Willis would come and he would knock their heads together.
Oh, yeah. Edward James, is it Edward?
Scarlett,
No, yeah. Well, no.
Edward James,
Edward
yeah,
James.
from the station.
He was bad, and
Yeah.
oh,
You
there
know,
were
he
lots.
became a doctor.
Oh, he did, but he was bad then.
No, he was a neurologist. Big money.
But there were only a handful of boys in that class, but they sure made it rough for her. The girls were not,
The boys seemed to disappear so early. Very young, the Stevenson boys were taken up
Oh, that's the
playing
Stevenson,
ball. And kids went off playing hockey. Dennis, what was his name? There was a kid. And anyway, these kids were not caring about school, so they went out and got money on the power line. These farm kids and town kids too. Remember that? They didn't care. They were happy to be kicked out and make money.
do
And I
you
think they
guys
did.
happen to remember this Miss Dunford that I was talking about?
Yes.
I remember her.
She used to live with us.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yeah.
do. And she,
That's-
she kept this. Roger had to keep this teeth brushing
Yeah,
record.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's the one that caught me. We had this
Yeah,
This
she was
exam.
the one that boarded at our house.
That
Yeah.
must have been when Shirley was at normal school.
Oh, I remember. And Roger was in such a position because he
yeah.
was the devil of the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
He had to have her all day and all night, and she knew whether he cheated at brushing his teeth or
Yeah,
not.
and she caught me for sure lying one day. I checked off the
Yes,
fact that I had
I
brushed my teeth, and she knew that darn well I hadn't brushed my teeth
I
because she was
remember
there. She'd seen me.
That was because you didn't know how to lie.
Oh yes, I remember. That was hilarious.
Her and Miss Bernard.
Pardon?
Yeah.
The other teacher's name was Miss Bernard.
Bernard, yeah,
that
yeah, that's right.
boarded
Yeah,
there.
she was a grade what?
I don't remember, grade 2 or something like that
Oh, she was the one who
Remember.
stayed with
I
us
had
at our place.
Who
Yeah,
did you have
Okay.
in grade 2?
at first.
Miss Tubman.
Oh,
Oh.
she was in grade 1 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started with her, and I howled all the first day of grade 1.
Did you?
Yeah,
Because she was really.
I did. Well, I know she was,
Gentle.
but I didn't want to stay there.
But I got spanking from her. I was chewing gum. She got mad and got the strap out. And
It's getting
got
closer
it.
and closer.
Hmm?
That sounds like my.
That's Peter.
That
His
was it.
computer.
Oh, okay.
He has this talk show going that his voices on his. He's got 2 computers, and he plays on one, and then he listens on the other one.
It couldn't. No, he's out here. It might be Shirley's alarm clock. She's got an alarm clock in her purse.
Oh. Oh, but I bet it is. Just pick up the whole purse if you don't mind. Just throw it.
Are you awake, Shirley?
Oh,
Now that's what
gee.
you need.
Isn't that interesting? It's so fun to sit here and listen to.
that's what I need.
It was set for 1:30. Oh, that's my time for the end
For
of a nap.
napping.
Okay. No, no. No. Don't you set an alarm for yourself?
I never set an alarm.
Did you enjoy your nap, Shirley?
Not today. I've had too much fun elsewhere.
She'll sleep all the way home.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Yeah, last night I went to bed at 7:30 and didn't wake up until 7:30.
Yeah. Wow.
That was
Funny.
unusual.
You needed
That was unusual.
Funny we were talking about all these teachers' names because I was just telling Anita yesterday what my grade 1 teacher's name was.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of Annabelle going to school. I just happened to think of it. Oh yeah, my grade 1 teacher her name was Miss Skull.
Oh, that's a name.
Oh,
I was scared stiff to go see her.
I got one of her recipes.
Pardon?
Mrs. Skull's chocolate drop cookies.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Better-
Yeah.
You have to give that recipe to Roger so he can make it.
Enjoy it. Something about her was enjoyable.
Miss Skull.
terrible name to
Oh my
have.
goodness, yeah, for a grade 1 teacher, my goodness,
We
it would
never
scare
thought- I
anybody.
think I might even have
Well,
a
it wouldn't
picture of
scare
her.
Annabelle.
Sorry?
I might even have a picture of her.
Yeah,
Used to be a
really?
skeleton.
I think I do someplace. I've seen it. and
Man,
I thought,
if you
oh,
guys got
that's-
any of those old pictures around, I'd like to see them or
So
see
fun.
whatever.
We should have a day of going through my old pictures.
Oh,
Everybody get
yeah.
together and root through them.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried to root through them with Emily and Allison, and they were just rolling their eyes.
Well, this brings me back to a story about Saskatchewan. When I went back to Saskatchewan with Sandy one year when she was about 10 or something like this. Anyway, we made the tour. We went to Aunt Hazel's and we went all over. And then we went to Aunt Jessie's. Well, Aunt Jessie got all the albums out. And Sandy got seated down beside her and she's turning the pages and telling this one is somebody's great cousin or whatever. And so in the middle of all this, Sandy went off into the bedroom where we were staying and took a book. Well, I never heard the end of that the whole time we were there about how rude.
I can just hear it. I can just hear her trying to show everything to
Oh,
Well, I remember.
I had
being
to
out
sit there after Sandy left and finish watching this,
Yeah.
looking at this album after album, and it's always somebody who's somebody's cousin away back
Yeah.
where we
Yeah,
wouldn't
and then
have
that's
a
a
clue
friend of
who
that
they
one
are.
and that one.
Or
You know,
these
Hazel's
people, they lived in the
Called
northeast
on it
quarter.
one time. Yes.
Hazel's the same. Go through every one album that she's got
Yeah.
every time you visit.
Yeah.
And saying about Hazel, I wonder how she is.
Yeah.
'Cause she used to talk about having heart problems, and then Shirley found out that she was losing her memory. That's
But-
never.
Aunt
I'd like
Jessie
to
was
ask him
was
that,
here
but-
one time when visiting us, and I couldn't believe she started to recite this poetry that she'd learned in high school.
Oh, she
And
knew.
she knew every word, and the thing
Oh.
went on and on and on, like for
Yeah.
hours. And
Yeah.
she just
Quite the talent.
confidently sang it all.
Is this Aunt Jessie?
Oh,
Aunt
you-
Jessie, yeah.
Well, you know,
You
when
saw
she
some of that
came
too,
out
didn't you?
after-
Yeah, oh, I sure did.
Yeah, reciting
All-
Bible chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all kinds of things. But I just remember it was so comical in a way. Roger, this is the first time I met her when we went out there, and Roger was patiently, she was going through this photo books, and now that's the cousin of so and so and so. Don't you remember? I told you way back there that that's who it was. It's like, aren't you listening?
Oh, she's got such a
I felt
memory.
so bad for you
The picture
because
I have
you
of,
had no clue. It's like.
There's one picture I have of Aunt Jessie. We had gone to Moose Jaw. Mom was driving a car, and Grandma Martin was in the car. And we came down the